doing, sir?
But I'm thinking of like picking up a sidewalk.
3 weeks ago.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, we're heading there next week.
If you don't have to work weekends.
House is all been. We went on.
I lost my microphone.
Objection to it was right here.
I make a motion, we accept the minutes.
Got a motion, I got a second, got a second, all in favor say amen.
Amen.
Report of Secretary Treasurer.
There's absolutely nothing to report. You've got a copy basically right there, so the balance is $6,469.15.
Okay. Didn't do anything last month, did the whole month.
Not on the check.
Oh, okay. I hear a motion that we accept these by record.
I make that motion.
Got a motion, got a second, all in favor say aye. All right. I don't know any committee reports that's going on. Does anybody have anything to report from committee or anything of that nature? On old business, I guess, we've got a project that's known as Forward. It's been approved by everyone. We're waiting on an announcement very soon from the state of Tennessee that'll turn that loose, and hopefully we get that done within the next couple of weeks maybe. Project Rock and Project Rents that are tied together at the hip. We understand that project is still ongoing and everything's on the positive side on it. Networks is not here today to make a report on it, but we are trying to get a meeting together, and Networks is working on that, of all the different players that are associated with that particular project. Project 7, we just reviewed all the documents to sign that, and hopefully we can get all the deeds and everything signed and notarized within the next couple of weeks on it. Project Elixir, you said you got a report from.
Yes, I got a report from him with Project Elixir. He had been out of the country on a long-term overseas trip, and he says we continue to work on the site architectural and engineering plans, and they've been different ones that he's looked at and they're getting closer to what they're ready to present. So.
Tenaska is moving forward with the battery project. They're working with TVA to try to solidify that project. And I've not heard back from them. We had an issue with the hidden transformers for the 500 kV side, and they're working on the 161 side. All that's kind of still up in the air and subject to TVA's approval if and when they get everything together and all it. So everything on the old business is still very positive and moving forward. Hopefully, these things move slow, especially when you get into the hundreds of millions of dollars that these projects are going to cost. So pretty good report, I think, from all of them that we've talked with in the last couple of months. On the new business, Rebecca's been working, I know, with Ocean Electric and Grass wants to put together a wheat breakfast. If you would talk to us about that.
It's going to be on September the 19th at 8 a.m. at Holston Electric. We're going to have various speakers there, TVA, Holston Electric, the state, wait. I think I'm gonna try to get Charles to come, to speak to our existing industries for Hawkins County. So we'll be inviting all the industries in Hawkins County to this. And this will be in lieu of our normal, regular scheduled, board meeting. So if you can attend, we much appreciate it.
Remind me again what
Retention, existing, expansion program.
And where's that gonna be?
Hosted electric.
Did you say?
18.
On the 19th at 8:80.
They provide a great breakfast, and it's usually very well attended by all the different presenters from the state to the TVA, the host of elected. Hosts this thing for us and has for a number of years now.
Allison and I have been doing quite a few industry visits lately, so we think we'll have a good amount of industries that will attend.
It's hard to get existing industry to come out if they don't have a project going, but with everything that's going on with the election here and the different projects that we got going, we hope we get a good turnout this year. We need to be able to provide that to the existing industries each year to kind of keep them abreast of what's going on locally and across the state. So we hope we get a good turnout for that. Yes, sir.
We gonna maybe talk about inviting the Scottsville Fire Chief, is that maybe on the plans?
Yes.
Okay, good.
That's a good idea. Do we have any further report, now that you brought that up? We had discussed this briefly at our Dips Bend joint venture meeting. As far as timing goes, we were very impressed with the young man that came out and talked with the fire chief because of his experience and everything at Eastman and fighting industrial mines and that nature. But the question was, when will they actually take over and be the first call?
When Churchill Fire Department gets their payments by quarter. So the end of September will be the end of the third quarter for them. So Rogersville is poised to take over October 1st. Still waiting for an agreement from their attorney till May, but we're on track to do an August 1st transition.
Oh, okay.
Or October 1st, I'm sorry.
October 1, okay. Well, that'd be great, and that'd we'd love to set up a meeting with the existing industries that MPIP's been with the new fire chief and maybe possibly help them out with some of the issues that Churchill was facing with the false calls and things of that nature and maybe help in that regard. So
They're planning on sending an police officer to, at the start of every call, to see what the severity of it is. And then it will be up to them to call out the fire department and or mutual aid. So
that'd be great. So, Charles, do you have anything going on with TCAP that we need to hear about?
Well, it's just kind of day-to-day business right now. I think the last time I spoke to the group, I talked about getting testing going. We're into that up neck deep now. We've got, I made a list here. We've got the counties that we are assisting with bus driver testing right now and some dump truck drivers, just whatever really they need. Hawkins County, Hancock County, Greene County, Sullivan County, and Hamlin County. We did a Greene County test this morning. We finally got Blaylock, who's a pretty good sized company, on board, and we're going to be their tester. So for right now, the testing is going exactly the way I want it to. We're staying busy with that. And the group that was in the tour that we had, been over a year ago now, but the sheet metal equipment is in for our HVAC shop. That was one thing we saw was necessary. We got the last 2 pieces of that yesterday. Might have to add 1 more small piece. I know that is a need in the HVAC industry, and I think HVAC is a need in their area. So that's the reason we were adamant about getting that. Let's see, we graduated, we just got through with the term. It'll be actually in next Tuesday, but our graduates, we graduated 13 welders, 1 industrial electricity technician with his license, and 1 HVAC tech. All of those students have jobs. They're all going to work around the region here. And so I'm tickled to death with that. And I'm rounding up dual enrollment students right now. And we'll have about 17 or 18 of those coming to their campus. So dual enrollment is something that's going to be talked about when I make the report. Tomorrow I will meet with an engineer from Holston Electric about lighting down on the lower lot where the trucks are. We need more light down there, and we are doing some things down there to help us with the amount of testing that we anticipate doing, but also can keep the one side that we have fixed right now going with the students that we have. So we're doing a little bit of work down there. So there may need to be some questions about that. I mean, I can elaborate on it, ever how much you want me to. We've been kind of taking care of that, and so we can utilize that whole space down there where the truck driving lot is now.
That sounds great. Keep the good work going. Seth, anything going on with the Board of Education that would interest this group?
We're kind of similar to Charles. We're getting this year started. It's been a really good start to the school year thus far. And got a bunch of kids doing work-based learning. I know right now our numbers are looking to be about around 32 this semester, which is about what we had last semester in the spring. But that's possibly going to grow within the next couple of weeks. So we're excited about that, getting these kids out, getting them some hands-on experience.
That's good. That's good. I know it's always a busy time and always exciting time with the board when school starts. You got your busing situation, I'm sure, in hand. That's good. We just got an update from Network that our presenter today has some health issues, and so we'll make it. Good. Allison, you want to tell us anything about what's going on with the state ECD?
Yes. So, excuse me, as Larry mentioned, the project follower, we're just waiting back on quotes from the company to be able to move forward with the press release. So nothing on our end. So that's going nicely. Rebecca and I have met with just about every existing industry, I think. I believe there's only one that we haven't gotten to yet. We met with Dodge last week with Nick Castle from Senator Hagerty's office. And I will say, Dodge Industrial, all of the industries are great, but they're really exemplary. Just their work, their turnover is next to nothing, and their efficiency is outrageous. So that was a lot of fun, just to go in and see how much they care. It was a 2-hour visit, which was nice to. Sometimes you get rushed in and rushed out, but they were really happy that we were there. We're working with a couple other industries on tax credit programs. So that's the other great thing about working with the state. Maybe it's not a project, but just making sure that all the companies are aware of the tax credit programs, and that, like I said, it is a crazy time with projects right now. A lot of people are kind of pumping the brakes on until we see what happens with the election, but we're still able to help in other ways. So yeah, it's been really good. So I think we're waiting to hear back from one other industry on if they're wanting to move forward with an application for incentives. It's an existing industry here in Rogersville. So yeah, we're hammering down. It's been fun. I enjoy working up here. Everybody's really nice.
I made fun.
You do make it fun. Yeah, and we're waiting to hear back from another industry and just to clear some stuff up that they have questions on, roadway questions. So, but yeah, other than that, it's good.
I think, as I was talking with Rebecca, we're trying to get a committee together to work with, or at least sitting down and talking about our highway projects that's been on the burner since, as long as I can remember, 20-some years.
Yeah.
Maybe give them an update, because they're certainly good.
Yes. Yeah. I agree. It's been one of those has been a while.
Yeah. The governor's weekend too, since then, I remember having Bredesen up here. Senator Mike Williams, who at that time was chairman of the Senate Transportation Committee. You've heard this still before, they were gonna do it, see if they got back to Nashville. That's some years ago. It's still an issue if you've been over through there lately. Now with the new expansion at the gas plant there on 66 and with Hawkinsville, we're seeing more and more trucks on that road, and it's becoming more and more dangerous every day. And I don't know. On that same line, I don't know, Jimmy, do you want to report on your project over there with the new gas company? Have you made that report yet to anyone? I watched it on YouTube, I guess, but that's an exciting deal, I think.
Yeah, we worked with NGL, a company that has invested, I think at least 15 million, maybe more like 18 million, to put their fractionation plant in. So, they started out producing ethane back in the spring, and they approached us about a year ago to, see if there was a possibility whether or not we could take that ethane and generate electricity. So several things came together that made it possible. Right now, there's been one unit in, and technically we're going to be adding some additional units at some point in time. But ethane, Patrick sells ethane, which is, and I'm an electrical guy, so if I say something gas wrong, you can correct me. But methane is CH4 and ethane is C2H6, so it's got one more carbon atom and two more hydrogen atoms. So when they first started producing ethane, they were flaring, every bit of that, or burning it in the atmosphere, which is not great, but that was the solution they had for it. So we've got one unit over there we're in a sense trying this out, testing it, making sure this is going to work with one unit before we add any additional units.
That's a wise move, I would imagine.
And this is under what's called the TVA flexibility power program, where TVA is allowing local power companies like Holston Electric Co-op to generate up to 5% of their annual needs.
Right.
And so we're hoping to get to that 5% by the time we get everything in place.
That's good. I was pleased to see that. They're still, if you've been over through there, they're still burning a lot of the ethane into there. It's amazing the flames that's coming out of there. So that's a good report. We got Calvin with us with our engineering group. Calvin, anything much going on there, and Craig, if you could tell us about it.
Well, we've got a lot of work going on all across East Tennessee, working with several municipalities and utility districts here in Hawkins County on some upgrade projects, working with Cleveland and Rogersville, and applying for some grant dollars that have become available. So we're working on that. We're also working with Cardinal on 3 different projects at their plant there. Those would all be utility upgrade type projects. And the bridge there at AFG Road is slated to bid now, I think, in March of 2025. So all of that's coming together, and we're still talking with multiple potential industries in Fifth. So, yeah, we got a lot going on.
I suspicion that's true. That's, and you mentioned Cardinal, and we have to, you know, I think they mentioned last week, that really meeting up there. I had gone up earlier and had lunch with the management there. They're tickled to death the way everything's going, and employees are really excited, I think, about the change from the side lights over to Cardinal lights. They cleaned that plant up tremendously and spending millions of dollars keeping it up. And we're hoping to see expansion there as they move forward. It's been a really good working relationship that we've had with them. One issue that's come up, I don't know if anybody else has got any reports, but I need to get a committee together to work with Joel. And, you know, for years we've had different folks cutting hay at Gibson. And I don't know as much about cutting hay as I do about electric poles. I just know what happens when you get there. I just don't know how to go about doing it. It seems to me, and I've been up there on numerous occasions, there's several tractors and whatever down in there cutting hay, so there must be some money in it.
Yeah.
And, but the original arrangement that we had years ago was that they would cut the right of ways and everything to get the hay. Well, here as of late, they get the hay and we get nothing. And now we're finding out that some of the areas we won't cut, they say, well, there's not enough in it to be worth the hassle, so they don't cut it, and it leaves us back to Joel to it. So, I'd like to, if you're interested in serving on that and working with Joel, I thought we would set up a new procedure going forward and maybe even get bids on. I'd like to have this I mean, I don't know how many 100 round bales of hay they get out of that. And I know you got to put fertilizer in to keep it going and to get a better crop of hay. And I know some years are better than others as far as the amount of rainfall and everything you get. I know enough just about to be dangerous on that, but I think we need to go ahead and set up a new procedure for that. And so if you're interested, if you would see Rebecca and myself, and we're going to have a meeting and set a timeline as to when we'll let it go through this mowing season here, but for next year, we'd like to have a whole new set of parameters set up for what we expect out of it, what we need to get out of this, and to make sure that whoever gets it, can come out on the deal too. But,
have documents that.
yeah, have a document signed off. In the past, Kerry's been good about meeting with these folks, and since he's been out, we just basically are at our wits' end, to be honest with you. because we don't seem to be getting, anything out of the deal anymore. So we are gonna be working on that in the next few days and getting ready for next mowing season, I guess, started, next spring, so. You have anything else? Does anybody else have anything to do at Hawkins County? Again, I think, Nancy with the chamber showing up with today and Hawkins County Mayor, Mark, and all of our guests, so appreciate you coming out, appreciate all that you do. Hearing nothing else, stand adjourned.